I'm the person who's going to spend a few minutes making Avalon sound a hell of a lot better. Well, yeah, I had this all kinds of stuff. I had a request of what Porchfest is, and gracious host Deborah. I was told not to swear, which is hard for me because I'm a New Yorker and a former infantry soldier. But I've noticed a lot of kids in the area. My daughter is 6 now. And if you ever notice some of you guys got kids now, alternative to swearing, so you're not saying all the bad stuff in front of your children. Like, my wife, her favorite is Mother Hubbard. She'll, like, stub her toe or something, I hear Mother Hubbard. And me, being naturally sarcastic, yell to the other room, has a cupboard. Which she did not like. She doesn't like anything I do. How are you? Yeah, which, talking about women, there's a lot of things you shouldn't say to women. For me, personally, that's I do. That's another story. So back to the alternative swearing thing. I try and I try. I mean, I work for the post office, so I have to censor myself a little bit, which I'm mostly good at. But usually, if I do something, I'll be like Mother Effing Hubbard and try to catch myself before my daughter sees here's what's going on. But living with my wife and a small child is kind of like watching the TV edit version of Die Hard, where she'll stub her toe and I'll hear Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. But yeah, other than that, my life's pretty much post office. You'd be amazed at the amount of crazy stuff. One, I've actually learned there's actually full-grown adults who don't know how to mail things. Crazy. But is there still direct subs around here? I live up north of water. No direct subs?
Come on.
I used to work in Carthage, and there's still at least 2 of them up there. And the weirdest thing, a guy came in and mailed a direct sub to his brother in West Virginia. Yeah, so that was kind of weird. And just like all the TV lines, like, sadly last year we lost Betty White. The week after, I was sorting magazines one day, and there was a thing, an article, Betty White and her secrets on how to make it to 100. It was published a week after she passed. And also, I was thinking about this between the last half of last year. This year, obviously, the Queen is gone as of last week.
God bless her.
God save the Queen, and I wonder if he's looking down now going, my bad. Back to the whole thing about, and I hate to talk about, death and all this, but Betty White's gone, the Queen. Willard Scott last year, the guy who famously celebrated people turning 100, it makes me wonder if Keith Richards is running around somewhere with a sword screaming there can be only one. But those are just the crazy thoughts that go on in my head. Other postal things, like the post office here in Oswego, huge windows. I work in Lafargeville, which most people never heard of that. It's halfway between Watertown and Canada. There's a guy who likes to come in and tell me what the weather is. 10 feet from my counter, there's a big window, probably about as big as this one here, and he always comes in and says, yeah, it's a little rainy out there. I'm like, hey, I think. But that's just my life. And my favorite thing of retail, other than when I worked at Lowe's, I was career military, and when I retired, part of the transition process is you have to apply for a job. And the only real job I had before the military was I was a dishwasher in the dirt lot that's formerly known as the Captain's Lounge. But then I joined the Army, and for 23 years, I never had to deal with real work. And so I applied, the timing, I applied for a seasonal job at Lowe's, and I got denied, which I thought to me was hilarious, but my wife didn't like it because, she's worked her entire life. And so when I laugh about getting turned down by Lowe's,